right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, fellow pandemic travelers, this is Seattle Pandemonium Shutdown, day 166 by my count. And what's going on? What's going down? Yeah. So, Joe Biden, or just Biden if you're Cardi B, or Joey B if you're his daughter and you might be related to Cardi B, is officially the Democratic candidate for president of these United States. And I want to say this. They did this like cross-country, around the country roll call for the Biden vote in the Democratic National Convention last night. They went to each state with, like, I don't know if it was a live feed. I think some of them might have been live feeds, but some of them might have been pre-recorded because they already had their vote or whatever. And I actually didn't hate it. It was kind of neat and is actually more like the future that we're going to see, I think. Like the, why, again, like business in the post-COVID era. Yes, I said post-COVID era. Why gather in huge numbers in one central location when everyone can just give their vote somewhere else and you don't have to actually gather all these people together in one place? Never mind saving money, is it culturally effective? Like, because I thought it was actually kind of neat. I was like, wow, they're actually doing the thing. And if that vote that they are expressing is what Democrat voters want, then fine. Why not do the, like, switch video feeds around the country thing? I don't know. I was kind of fine with it. I was actually sort of impressed, honestly, that they were able to pull that off. Now, I do think that Biden and his wife were in front of a green screen and not in the room with the people with popping, party poppers and ticker tape and all that. I swear I looked at it and I thought that they were in front of a green screen. Not gonna lie. That's just how it looks to me. I've done some compositing. Maybe I'll look at it again and I'm wrong, but I swear that's what it looked like. Anyways. So, is it R? Is that what people... Joseph R. Biden? I don't know what his actual name is. Joseph R. Biden. Is the Democratic nominee for President of the United States. And obviously, so this is one of these things. It was a foregone conclusion at least a few months ago. His nominee for VP was a little more of a mystery. Like, they tried to shop, like, Stacey Abrams around and, like, tried to, like, put him on the spot and, like, make him nominate her. What was it, on CNN or whatever? Like, they tried to to force that. He ended up picking Kamala or Kamala or Kamala or Kamala, however the hell I want to say it. Kamala Harris, Kamala the cop. And I said this and I was expecting more pushback, but I actually got reinforcement, which may or may not be good. I said the Democratic Party, the Democrats, are trying to lose. And when you hear me say that, I know how that sounds. But when I say they are trying to lose, is Because, now, hear me out. It's called a tow truck. The the Democratic Party does not want to own this bad economy. So if they take over again, like let's say they sweep, or they regain some footing in the House and the Senate, and they take the White House, well, they will own the next at least 4 years of economic destruction that has been wrought by these lockdowns and stuff. And then the lockdowns in most major cities are a result of local/regional Democratic leadership. So they don't want to own that, right? They want Trump to own that. So when it doesn't recover quick enough, and everyone's still broke, and there's a great recession, another great recession. Do I have to do another great recession in my fucking life? What are you doing, bro? Are you good? Okay, you're good. Do I have to do another one of these things? Because the last one was pretty shitty, and I don't want to do another one. But the Democrats don't want to be responsible for it, because we have now coupled government with economic performance, and then we thusly judge politicians based on the economics of the time during their administration. So whatever occurred, like people say Obama had a resurgent economy and then handed it off to Trump, and then he ruined it. Now, on the one hand, obviously, like, there's a giant global pandemic, and we possibly overreacted because China made us overreact. That's possible. That is... God damn it. See? Life is returning to normal. I'm down to 2 lights. I'm up to 2 light cycles at this intersection. I could switch to the other lane and go through that intersection and then take that left and go up there, but I don't want to do that yet. That's a power move right there. Anyways, we've now coupled economic performance to various administrations' leadership, basically based on party lines. Like, oh, this is the thing people say: Democrats fix the economy and then Republicans ruin it. As though when you're in power, you just make decisions and then the economy contracts or expands immediately. There's an attenuation effect. Like, it takes time for policy to ripple out through the economy in terms of, like, I don't know, government subsidized loans and tax cuts and like all of this kind of stuff. It's it's a little bit asinine to act like one party being in power means you get one economic outcome and another party means you get another one. However, in this current context, in this current paradigm, what we're looking at is a highly volatile market. I mean, no one knows what the hell is gonna happen over the next 5 years? Like, people are talking about New York City not coming back or not recovering, and that's partially because of technology. It's also partially because of policy in place at the local level. No one knows what that means. Like, I've said similar things. Like, Seattle's in a hard spot. We still have a port where imports will come through. But there's no cruise ships. There's no sport ball. There's no restaurants. There's no festivals, no concerts. There's none of the things that would bring people here, and it was already getting that way before all this shit happened. Okay? So, you tee all that stuff up. Even if it's not true, even if the economy just comes roaring back and everybody just goes back to quote-unquote normal, and it's just like a huge boom, and it's the roaring 20s, looking at it now doesn't look that way. So why would the Democrats want to reassume power when, again, we have coupled economic growth and economic success, let's say, to political partyship and administration and seat holding? Is that a term, seat holding? Like the people who hold the seats in Congress and the executive branch, for example. Why would you want to be the party that assumes control of whatever the hell is gonna happen over the next God knows how long? Like, again, maybe everything just comes roaring back, but it doesn't look that way to me. And I just, like, I feel like no one knows. Like, how can you know what is going to happen? Given all of this craziness that has gone on. I mean, there's recovering from riots. We've done that before in various locations. But there's also just recovering from a government-enforced Great Recession, or a Great Suppression, as one economist put it. A Great Suppression. Like, guys, we adhered. We capitulated. We said, fine, let's lock down. I have the video evidence as proof that we all abided and stayed home. We shut the world down, and maybe we saved some lives. Like, that was the objective of the whole thing, right? But we may have done irreparable damage with that, plus the rioting. The rioting might have killed off the last of what was a functional, economy, I guess. Functional markets, at least at a local level. We adhered. We did what we were told to do, and maybe we all collectively saved hundreds of thousands of lives, but we are also going to live in the aftermath of the ruined lives of every, apparently, small business that cannot survive what has occurred over the last few months and can't survive much longer, even with some government stimulus. So, again, why, if you were the Democratic leadership, why would you want to assume ownership over this horrific era of politics and culture and society when everything's just falling apart and there's crazy riots? And what are you doing? God. I swear, Seattle drivers are the worst. And that's still a driver, even though they're on a moped or a scooter or whatever you want. Go! Okay. Well, I guess that's enough from me for one day. The Democrats are trying to lose because they don't actually want to be in charge of a bad economy. There's your takeaway for the day. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.